Hi there, John from Cape Town. I am back in Cape Town after spending a month or so with my family on the farm in Mahubaskloof. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know how beautiful it is up there in the indigenous forests, and spending time with family is always so precious, especially with what we're going through. We are in a state of flux, and it seems like we're in the season of death. I remember that Decembers were always a time of celebration and people getting engaged on social media and people going out and having weddings. And it's just really about people passing away, people that are sick, people that are on ventilators, people that are isolated, friends that haven't seen friends and family for the longest time because of what's going on. And it's really a sad time. And this has really changed our relationship with time in many ways, because when death is so close, you start having to ask yourself some deeper questions. What is most important? What is it that we need to be focusing on while we have so much implosion and sadness that's going on around us? So that's the first sort of idea around time, that I started thinking that time is real short. It's like I got to be doing more things that make me happy, that add value and allow me to connect with the most important people around me. The second thing that I've seen around time is we are experiencing both the fastest and the slowest time. And the more I think about this, is it's almost like we have nothing to look forward to, in as far as there's no holiday coming, there's no plans that we're having to get to, there's no weddings, everything's almost on this still space. And so because we've got nothing to look forward to, our perception of time towards something is not there. And also many people are bored because many people are isolated and are not doing what they used to do. And so we have this incredible speed of things happening, but also an incredible slowness of things happening. And with so much death around us, these questions are all up in the air. It's like, what are we doing that's most important? And so what I've started doing for this year is start to rethink for me what the most important things are around my own biases, my own assumptions. And so I've gone through a process of revealing some of my own biases and old patterns that I want to be rethinking. And that's the second thing, is like, how do I rethink the questions that are the most important to answer as we start moving into this really ridiculously uncertain reality that we're in right now? And lastly, how do we take our assumptions, rethink our questions, and really start to think about a new future? How do we start reframing the future that we want to work on with the most important things and the most important relationships? And so the questions I've been asking myself a lot is, what's most important to me in this time? What are the things that I want to be focusing on that really are meaningful, as we have so many people dying around us? And if you've had anybody that you've lost close to you, I'm just so sorry. And the brutalness of it, and not being able to engage with them while they're going through that process, is just really as harsh as it can get. And so the thing for me is, and I got this term from Copenhagen Institute for Future Studies, is how do we go about really rethinking, revealing, and reframing our futures? And like, how do we reveal biases that have always been there in our old ideas of success? How do we go about rethinking and having new questions? And then ultimately, how do you go about reframing your future and rethinking about the most important things? I'm sad because there's so much loss around us. And I just want to say to everybody that's going through some sort of loss, I'm just so deeply sorrowful about it. And I've had many states of emotional crying about it, because it's just a really sad time that we're going through. So I urge you to take this time and prioritize differently and rethink about what's the most important thing while we are isolated and while we are in our cocoons, to rethink about the most important things. And it's always people, it's always relationships, it's always connection. So I wish you all well through this process. Stay safe and stay healthy, and make sure you spend this time wisely. Ciao from Cape Town.